Alright, and today we're starting a new game. Sunless Skies. I've played Sunless Seas, which was the first one from this developer, and I liked it a lot. We'll see how this one holds. There should be a lot of writing. Alright, Legacy Campaign, Merciful Campaign. I guess we're going for a Classic. If you die, you can only continue with the new captain. If you die, you can reload or continue with the new captain. Yep. Did it give me that option before? I wish it would not at all. Aiming assistance. Oh, come on, what is this? When your few player weapons are towards targets. Come on, I want to play as intended. Yeah, why is it giving me an option to change all of that? Come on. Should have been part of difficulty then. This merciful one. There's probably going to be a lot of dying too. From choices. Or miscalculation from getting supplies. Log of Her Majesty's Locomotive, the Orphan, March 14th, 1905. Our exhibition to the domains of the dead has been eventful. The Orphan is damaged and is grievously... and it's gone. I like how Fail Better has a icon of mirrored F. Okay. Basically the same controls as we had in Sunless Sea and Sunless Span of the Heavens, London's New Frontier. Okay. I can dodge. It's a real Bloodborne sidestep. Do I have infinite fuel right now? I don't think so. And who is this? I thought we would create a captain. First. It might be a tutorial situation. What if I go here? Any secrets? Come on. Just burned a lot of fuel. Journey back from the Blue Kingdom was tumultuous. Your locomotive is damaged and Captain Whitlock badly wounded. We might not even make it to the goal of this tutorial. As first officer, the crew look at you. The nearest station is New Winchester. Can you get? Yeah, that's a big question. See? What is this? Oh, I think it's just C for moving forward constantly. Yeah. To much the relief of your stalkers, you find a barrel of fuel among the detritus. A wreck drifts here, less fortunate even than you. We should scavenge purpose repairs, a crewman suggests. The wreck of the Ozymandias. The wreck hangs in the sky, as objects do, poked with recent gunfire. You and the boarding party don your sky suits. Garments of waxed canvas lined with the felt to protect against the cold of the sky. Are we in space or what's happening? Gravitation seems to work completely differently here. Two of the crew are whispering as they address. What business did Captain Whitlock have in the Blue Kingdom anyway? Why the devil did we trespass on the districts of the dead? You silence him. Now's not the time. Leap across the wreck. The gap between the two engines isn't wide, but the endless fathoms of heaven gape beneath it. Only one choice, I guess. Leading the way, you jump, your stomach lurches in with the vertigo as the stars blaze above you and below. The air of the heavens is thin and torn by unpredictable winds. Then your boots hit the running board of the Ozymandias, and your leather-gloved hands fumble for a hold. One of your companions throws you a line, and you lash the two engines together. Only then do the rest of the boarding party follow you. One of them forces open. Oh yeah, I remember my crew being total bitches and staging a mutiny every now and then. And I mean, I can't blame them. Sometimes I've been eating them just for fun. One of them forces open an exterior hatch, and you clamber inside. Also, there's going to be a lot of reading. Her interior is cold until the whistles with wind. Your party's lamps spread buttery light over the narrow paneled passages. You make your way toward the hold, stepping over bodies crumpled in the corridor. Unfortunately, your way is blocked. The bulkhead has been mangled inward by a well-aimed barrage. Okay, finally some choices. So what's the die mean? My percentage? Your iron gives you a 75% chance of success. Your veils give you a 75% of success. So iron is for strength, veil is for sneaking. Lead your party on more precarious path. Locate length of pipe to use a pry bar and set to work. This will test your iron skill. Iron is the skill of confronting and overcoming. Go back onto the Ozymandias hole, and Ozymandias' hole, climb past the blockage and enter through a window on the far side, and do so carefully. Yeah, of course, whale. Yes. A memory. The rest of the boarding party follow you without enthusiasm, of course. You recall the first time you climbed outside an engine, helping the captain fix a leak in an exterior pipe. The wind had shrieked, buffeting at you. You asked the captain what would happen if you slipped. You fall. You fall, she answered tersely. But where to, you asked. She looked down, then up, then back. The sky's depths spiraled all about you. Away, she said, and you heard her fear. Back in the present, you tumble back into the Ozymandias through a shattered window. Your party spill in after you, glad to be back inside. Okay. Something really weird going on with the gravity, but at the same time, our laws of gravitation are weird too, since the curvature of time and space. You have reached the Ozymandias' hold, a ruin of smashed cargo and spilled supplies. Hopefully, somewhere amidst the detritus you can find parts to repair the Orphean and restock your store. I wonder if that choice I've made with the chance of success was 100% success rate, and it just lied to me, because it's kind of a tutorial. Would be interesting to fail that. Yeah, I wonder if it's failable. Might not be. Conduct a thorough search. Your companions work quickly. The Ozymandias' hull has begun to creak. Your actions on board may have compromised its integrity. Renewed. You find enough food and gear to restock your supplies and enough spare parts to make necessary repairs to the Orphean. The food will need to be thoroughly thawed, of course, but you've eaten worse in skies. What's thawed? Oh. Like melt. Apparently it's frozen. So it's really cold in this in these skies, which is also kind of like space. Oh no, cries one of your party, prying the lid of a long crate. It holds a cannon. Oh wait, no. Oh ho, cries it holds a cannon still nestled in straw. Another crewman pulls a battered birdcage from a pile of ruined cargo. Within the cage, something winged and furried opens a sullen eye. You examine your finds. No, it's a bat. Oh my god, fucking bats. Oh, is this a choice? Why am I choosing between cannon or a bat? Why can't I have them both? The Ozymandias emits a long, jabbering creak. Your boarding party exchange nervous glances. From the chaos of its hold, you have retrieved repairs and supplies, and discovered some useful equipment, a gun that could be mounted on your locomotive, and an educated bat. Mount the Jerusalem cannon on the Orpheon. Her own weapons were damaged during your flight from the Blue Kingdom. That leaves you vulnerable. You can claim both this and the bat. Okay. I mean, okay. Liberate a diffident bat and deploy it as a scout. The heavens are wide as locomotives use scouts, like bats, to locate things as interest, ports, resources, wrecks, like this one to scavenge. Oh yeah, I actually remember I've been using bats in the Sunless Sea too. For navigation, for scouting. Fire and Fury, the Cotteril and Hather Sage. Jerusalem fires single shells at good range, more or less accurately. You order 2 of your party to get it back to your vessel and fit it immediately. The Ozymandias groans again. The structure shudders spasmodically. Well, I don't have a choice to return. It's like it's still a tutorial. Wish it didn't have a tutorial. Like, come on. The first game, I don't remember it having much. Just straight up create your character and go. Here we have something that I have no idea what's going to even happen, and I'm assuming this captain going to die by the end of it. And then I'm going to create a real one, but we'll see. Ice in the sky. The bat treats its rescue as an inconvenience and immediately begins haggling over prey. You offer to put it back in its damn cage and leave it on Ozymandias, at which point it becomes more polite. You doubt it will last. A diffident bat. Great. The Ozymandias emits a long, juddering squeak. Your boarding party exchange nervous glances. From the chaos of its hold, you have retrieved repairs and supplies and discovered some useful equipment, a gun that could be mounted on your locomotive, and an educated bat. I thought it was diffident bat. Okay, what diffident means exactly? Like, difficult? No, it actually means shy. Weird. From what we read, I wouldn't assume it was shy. Press to the engine room. You might find more fuel there, but you had better hurry. The Ozymandias is beginning to tear apart. This is not without risk. The Well, this captain is going to die probably anyway, so we might as well try to be cocky, or is it going to teach me that I should be more careful by just punishing me? Alright, what do we have? The wreck of the Ozymandias screeches as its metal buckles and tears. You press on through and the shuddering corridors, searching frantically for the engine room. Send a smaller party ahead to retrieve fuel. Go yourself and conduct a hasty search. It's foolish for all of you to go. Send your quickest and lightest to retrieve the fuel while the rest of you return to Orphan. Ours is the skill of convincing and enduring. Yeah, but we sent somebody to scout, and somebody needs to carry the fuel anyway. Why would I want to send everybody back to my ship? Send the rest of the boarding party back to the... okay, this is the same, but I'm going to risk it. Doesn't show me... oh, 50% chance, 50% chance. Well, I would like to have more mirrors. Success. In the nick of time, the wreck's engines are choked with old ash. You search swiftly, aware of every creak in the bulkhead, every tremble that runs through the dead locomotive. Finding several sacks of coal, you drag them out to an exterior hatch and fling them across the Orphan before leaping after them. Really, by myself I was be able to get 2 sacks? I must be a really strong captain. Especially after a wound he received in the beginning. And shackling your locomotive from the Ozymandias, you stoke your engines and steam away, restoked, refueled, repaired and rearmed. Onwards! Well, that's been a story. Just from interacting with this wreckage. Press F to send out your scout. There was a pause button before, right? Let's hold. Oh, the game is paused or frozen. What? Oh, it was loading. Oh, hold means inventory basically. I have a bet. His opinion is clear. It go out there in this weather? Thank you, but no. This shivering Jemmy, a whizzing, sputtering, ramshackle engine dating from the first days of London's settlement. It gobbles fuel like a starved wolf and sulks worse than a cat kept in from the rain. It will at best suffice. What's been cool about Sunless Sea is the fact that you've been traveling through water, and you never knew if it was safe, if something creeped down there. I don't know if it's going to work the same way in the skies. Just hard to imagine the physics. I mean, not really hard, but hard to relate. But we'll see. Your hold. This shows you current cargo and any prospects you've accepted. You can also change your locomotive's equipment here while on port and jettison your unwanted cargo while in port or otherwise. Scouts, your scout has discovered something. To see what it is, open your chart. How? Tab. Looks like a ladder station. Yeah. So I can pause by just opening my inventory. Was it like space before to stop? The walls of the captain's cabin are lined with a hodgepodge of curios from across the sky. Captain Whitlock lies in bed. Black marks cover her skin like a monstrous brand. Oh, okay, that's how she's going to expire. When she coughs, coils of acrid smoke pour from her lungs. She's becoming a train. Unique after the captain's injuries. Oh, inquire after the captain's injuries. The locomotive's doctor attend her. His lips are tight. Approach the bedside. The captain opens her eyes as you would draw near. She attempts to smile. Will I get something from this? Like a skill point? Look for supplies and spare parts in your journey. Unlocked when? How is that connected to artifacts? The brand. A word of living fire pursued the Orphean across the Blue Kingdom. It caught you just before you passed through the transit relay to the Reach and set its brand upon the captain. It's burned itself right through her, the doctor whispers. When I closed the worst of her wounds, I could see the signs seared into her bones and her organs. Judging from her symptoms, it's on the inside of her lungs too. The captain leans to the one side and vomits a plume of fire into a copper bowl. There is nothing the doctor can do. The walls of the captain's cabin are lined with... What? What is it? Okay. The same thing, but now I can approach. Her mouth is blistered from the blue fires that dance on her tongue. Her hand grips your arm. Her skin is hot as cattle. May the arrangements, the Orphean will be yours. Her voice is just a rasp of burned meat breath. Burnt meat breath. I hope you're not getting hungry from this. a new captain. But promise, promise. She breaks off into a scream word in a language that was not made for human mouths. When she resumes speaking English, she is weaker. Her request, little more than a gasp. Promise me one last service. Promise. Okay, let's see what we have. Make no promise. Promise her you will obey her last command. Pull away. It's meant to know why she took the orphan to the Blue Kingdom. I mean, she's not going to be able to explain herself in such state anyway. But what the hell? She laughs, a sound like wood snapping on the fire. Ash sprays from her mouth. It was worth it, she swears. Her voice is suddenly firm, her eyes hard and bright. Then she sinks back into the scorched pillows and twisting frantic fever. The walls of the captain's cabin are lined. Yeah, that's okay. I guess it didn't really matter that much. You leave the cabin and the scorched stink of its air behind and return to the bridge. New Winchester is further than you'd like, and the captain hasn't long left. Wait, what? There's the enemy already. God damn it. What do we have? What is this minigun? The rich murderers is defeated. You prepare to board the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. Raid the remains, strip it for repairs. Well, we're not that damaged. Let's see what we have. We have 42 coins, sovereigns. Your boarding party returns with wallets and watches, cufflinks, lockets and keepsakes. You store them in the safe to be pawned when if you make it back to the port. Alright. Not sure how much we got. I found something again. Some kind of platform. I wonder what's going to happen if you fail this tutorial. So that's probably, yeah, that's there. That's your morale, basically. How do you port? Oh yeah, I already forgot about dodging. Nope. Arrival at New Winchester. You coast into the bustle, the din, the soot, and the steam of Woolvesey Station. It is clogged with other engines, scrappy mining locomotives from Lustrum Way, weathered explorers gleaming with frost, sleek company of vessels with bright brass fittings. No sooner have you pulled into the sidings at the brusque station master bustles over. He requests to come aboard. I must speak with your captain, he insists, brandishing a ledger. The usual formalities. Look at the orphan's doctor. He had just appeared at your shoulder. His face is solemn, his hat is in his hands. He lowers his eyes. What about our dying captain? Shouldn't we give her the first aid immediately? Instead of talking to a stranger? The crew, The crew exchange bleak, wordless looks. The Orphean itself feels suddenly more empty. The station master looks confused. You inform him that unfortunately Captain Whitlock has just passed. Oh, he says. Not... Net? What? Neutrally? Sorry to hear that. Oh, wait, it's not a part of his speech. He says neutrally. Sorry to hear that. Very sad, very sad. He waits for what he considers an appropriate minute and a half before continuing. Alas, even amidst tragedy, the cogs of bureaucracy must turn. If Captain Whitlock is deceased, the station authority require their answers from the first officer. He dons a set of spectacles and locates his pen. It is relatively painless. It will be relatively painless. Name, background, purpose of visit, etc. Shall we begin? Okay, that's how we start. Alright. We have street urchin, a soldier, a poet, an academic, a priest, a sailor, a ministry auditor, a revolutionary. A sailor, it's like a... You will be a captain from the previous game. You roved the mournful, merciless waters of the Outer Sea. You'll begin with high iron, the skill of confronting and overcoming. I mean, my captain won't going to survive, I'm assuming. The street urchin, high veils. What's the difference between a soldier and a sailor? A poet. I remember writing being an important skill, which is kind of funny because this game is really focused on writing, and I bet the guy who created it really passionate about it, so makes sense that writing going to be a big part. A priest. It's hearts, mirrors. For time you served at the Ministry of Public Decency, which has become Her Majesty's preferred instrument. Revolutionary. The board is broken, one way for the rich, another for the poor. You decided to do something about it. You'll begin with high veils. Okay, again veils. Wait, there's no writing skill actually. It gives you hearts. The poets. Huh. Well, I kinda want veils. Yeah, let's start as a revolutionary. Create your captain. You were revolutionary. The law offered you no protection. The engines of the state were set against that which you knew to be just. So how did you resist? Mind your art, or your fists, I guess. You marched, and when marching wasn't enough, you fought. Lies are the tools of tyrants. You published research to expose those lies and eliminate just injustice, and that totally works in every authoritarian regime. Sure. With your art. Art travels swiftly. It cannot be imprisoned. It cannot be hanged. Well, it seems like there's a lot less of skills now. Like, we're just missing veils, as I understand. Ooh. Choose an ambition. We have 3. Before there was quite a lot. Wealth, fame, the truth. An ambition, it's something that's really hard to reach, too. I think I only reached wealth. Maybe there was something else. You want a comfortable retirement, and by comfortable you mean extravagant. Many have made their fortunes out among the stars, many more have failed, broken and lost in the drifting night. Will you be different? To win, gather a substantial retirement fund, acquire lodgings at the hub port, and retire. Okay. Fame, yeah, that's almost the same thing from the previous one. Fame, you will immortalize your exploits in the Song of the Sky. For centuries, people have launched themselves into the unknown in the hope of making a name for themselves. You are sure you'll succeed. After all, you never heard of anyone who didn't. Gather stories of your exploits and write about them in New Winchester. Oh, so New Winchester is probably the best hub, like the best city, like a new London from the previous game. Yes, about the same ambition. The truth, even the stars have secrets, but they won't keep them from you. A message from an old friend begins an unwise quest to learn a secret that the stars hide. What drives you? Curiosity, justice, insolence? Whatever it is, it will be tested. Be warned, this is a demanding ambition best played by a lineage that has already completed wealth or fame. Okay. I mean, let's go with wealth. Even though fame seems to be more interesting, let's just start with wealth because I don't think my captain will survive that long. Next one going to be focused on maybe fame. Randomize all. What does that mean? Oh, probably going to just choose for me. Alright. Oi. So our brow can have glasses. I wish it actually gave me the tab. Wait. It can only be male? Or it doesn't matter? Huh. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter, you can choose whatever. Better gender choice than Cyberpunk. Nurse. Comrade. That would actually fit. Comrade Ivan. So this captain going to be sneaky, and I'll try gathering as much coin as I can. Be greedy and sneaky. Maybe not very honest. bigger nose. What's the biggest one you have here? I guess number 5 or 7. Okay. I'm happy with this character. Wait a second. Oh yeah, comrade is my address. Yeah. So we have 25 veils and mirrors 17. Oh yeah, it asks me to choose in the second one. So I'm guessing the choice would have been different if I picked not revolutionary, but then there's only 4 skills. It probably would just make me pick between them anyway. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they are the same. Hull damage. Your hull is a little worse for wear. Try to repair it soon. You can do this for a small fee at New Winchester and certain other ports, or sometimes by salvaging from the wrecks of your opponents. Provisioning. Before you leave the New Winchester, it may be prudent to buy more supplies. You can buy them at the Victoria Market. To visit market, select it from the menu that appears. Yeah, the hold, your hold. This shows you current cargo and your prospects you've accepted. You can also change your locomotive's equipment. Yeah, scouts. Alright. The reading of the will. 3 weeks have passed. This morning, Captain Whitlock received a simple memorial service. Her body was consigned to a necropolis train bound for the Serene Mausoleum. Now you see, so we send dead bodies on the train, like Scandinavians did with boats, but maybe not exactly, because they actually light them and we just drive them in some other place, I guess. Now you sit with a handful of her relatives in the threadbare offices of her solicitors. A methodical notary is reading the will. The captain was wealthy one, but squandered her capital on mysterious expenses before her expedition to the Blue Kingdom. Listen to the end. The captain's relatives, from whom she was mostly estranged, are clearly wondering why you are here. Because I'm getting my Yep. True to her word, in the final codicil, the notary announces Captain Whitlock confirmed that possession of the orphan was to pass to its first officer. He peers at you with dry, grey eyes. This includes a certain black box contained in the orphan's hold. Captain Whitlock's final request was that at the time of your choosing, you transport said box to an address in London. So, that's what she wanted from me, I think, when she was dying, and I had a choice to listen to her, but I didn't, and we're getting this anyway. So that's good. He hands you an address card and deposit it there. You are not to look inside. She gave no explanation. But I wanna. And that's it. You are captain now. The orphan is yours. Captain Whitlock's legacy. You can investigate the black box at New Winchester. You could take the box to London as requested, or you could sell it and be done. So there is London too. So Winchester might not be the main hub? Hard to say. I have been bequeathed a large black box which once belonged to Captain Whitlock. And some money. Not that much. I've got from salvage 42. So that's the city. Let's see. The clamoring central station of New Winchester, a place of steam and smut and thundering iron. Here you can find people willing to pay for a skilled captain's service. Explore the city, recruit the noxious driver. What? Is this an officer? Investigate the black box. Captain Whitlock left in Royal Comitive. Opportunity, the fastidious inspector. Well, let's see what's up with this box. Captain Whitlock left it to you in the hold of the orphan. Her will described it only as a black box. A description you consider to be an unhelpful understatement. It is a casket of black basalt, longer than you are tall, and adorned with a single small recess that contains a keyhole. The thing must be weighed most of a ton. It stands upright in the corner of the hold, where the crew have pushed it out of the way. I wonder if this is going to be dangerous to open. What if there is something that can just annihilate me in the very beginning? There's a lot of... what is this? Consider what to do with it. Captain will look at the request. Whether you obey it is up to you. Try to remember when Captain Whitlock acquired the box. Examine the box. Sell the box as a curiosity. That would be our character's agenda. A pick. The higher your affiliations, the better price you will receive. What's affiliation? It's another skill that... some trait. Oh yeah, let's make a break in recording. 1 sec.